What's up, guys? Hope you're having a wonderful day. Another gorgeous day outside yet again. Every day is like paradise here in the month of June. This is one of the reasons June is my favorite. Another gorgeous day. Anyway, I hope you're all having a good day. I am certainly having a good day. And I'm certainly having a much better day than I was 2 years ago today. 2 years ago today, I had a very scary experience. And it was almost the last day of my life. I almost left Sarah all alone. I almost died 2 years ago this very day, on June 9th, 2015. It was a scary experience indeed. So I was driving along, same job I'm at right now. It was about 6:09, 6:10 in the morning. I'm driving along. I'm doing about 60 miles per hour. There's another guy in the other lane. He's doing about 60 miles an hour. And all of a sudden, he is heading straight for me. I mean, it's like a video game where somebody's actually trying to take you out. I mean, he is coming right for me. And had he done this any later, had he decided to come into my lane about another second or two later, there's nothing I could have done. He would have directly hit me. It would have been a head-on collision at both of us heading 60 miles per hour. So what did I do? How did I avoid it? What happened to me is I'm driving along, and if I can pull pictures up here, as you can see off to the side, there's some tire tracks off to the side here. And that's where I darted off to the right onto the shoulder. Now if I scroll to the next picture here, if I can figure out the software, you can see a skid mark here on the road. That is me swerving off to the right, almost into the ditch, and I'm swerving left to get back onto the road. All of a sudden I spin out, and it was unreal, just like a dream. It happened all so fast. I didn't scream, I didn't yell. It all was just so quick in about 1 to 2 seconds. And I'm spinning, flying across the highway. I don't even have time to think and realize what's going on. It's like a dream. It's all happening so fast. I spin across the highway. I can see the other cars that are coming on closer to me. And all of a sudden I just land in the ditch. And luckily I landed backwards. I feel like if I landed frontwards, that might have been a pretty hard impact. But you know, my back's against the seat. I think it was a good thing that I landed backwards. So you can see in the very last picture here, there's a fire hydrant right behind the car. So I almost hit a fire hydrant too. That could have done some real damage. So I spun out of control. The other guy pulled over. He didn't come to check and see if I was okay or anything. He did call the police though, at least. At least it wasn't like a hit and run, so you could say. I mean, he caused the accident, not me, even though he was perfectly fine. So I spun out. I dodged out of the way the last second or two. I only had about 1 to 2 seconds to react. If I just kept going straight, it would have been a head-on collision. Swerved out of the way, got back on, and just spun out of control. One of my coworkers or somebody told me before that, "Oh, you would have been fine." I don't think I would have been fine at a head-on collision with a car. I don't think so at all. I think I would have been dead. I think the other guy would have been dead. Supposedly what happens is this guy got off. He was working third shift. He got off at 6 in the morning and was tired and fell asleep behind the wheel, even though he had just gotten off only 5 to 7 minutes ago. He must have been awfully tired to fall asleep that quick behind the wheel. Supposedly that's what happened. I was thinking maybe texting and driving. That could have been a possibility. The cop did show up. They gave him a ticket. I called Sarah. I told her I got in an accident. She's like, "What? Babe? Babe, are you okay?" Yes, Sarah, I'm okay. I'm fine. My car's a bit beat up. So they called the cops. Like, I got a ticket. Sarah gave me a ride to work. They towed my car. And then had to do some paperwork. Had to find out if my car was totaled or not. And it turned out it was. It was pretty much undrivable, even though I didn't get in any serious accident or hurt. They just considered it totaled, the insurance company. So they only gave $3,000, which I was a bit upset about. I mean, if you think about that, if I'm paying, I think I pay $300 every 6 months. So let's say I pay $600 a year. Another 5 years, 6 times 5 is $33,000. I mean, I'm going to pay that in 5 years anyways. I was kind of upset. It's like, all right, what's the point of having insurance if they're not going to pay for your damages? I mean, I don't know. I was kind of upset about that. It's like, I'm going to pay you back. You're going to get that all paid back in 5 years. And I've never gotten in a car accident before. I don't think most people get in a car accident every 5 years. Anyway, that's just me ranting. If it were up to me, I would not have car insurance. Michigan has awful insurance too. You can't get any money from the other person, even though it was their fault. They have this no fault insurance policy. It's pretty goofy. But then you get the lawyers in there, so there's some good to it, there's some bad. I know lawyers can just suck people's money too. So anyway, I was pretty upset about that. Spent a lot of new money on a new car. It wasn't a brand new car, but it was a used car. I paid way more than $3,000 for it. I'm not going to pay for something that's only going to last me a year or 2 or 3. I want something that's going to last me 7 to 10 years. So I was a bit upset, but I guess what I could take away from this is I don't really have the right to be upset. I mean, what if he did come in my lane a second or two later? What if I wasn't paying attention and we hit? What if I wasn't alive right now making this YouTube video? What if I wasn't on YouTube right now inspiring people? What if Sarah was left all alone? You know? It's just me and Sarah. She would have been left alone. She would have been hurt. Her family loves me. My family loves me. I got friends. You know, as much as I was upset, and still I'm a little upset about it, it's frustrating losing all that money. It's like I really don't have a real reason to be upset, because you gotta count your blessings in life, you know? It's easy to complain that this happened. I lost my job. I got fired. I had to take a pay cut. I had a bad day at work. I had a bad day at school. It's so easy to focus on the negative. And I'm guilty of it. Sarah's guilty of it. I'm sure if you're watching and you're human and you're not God, you are probably guilty of it. Of looking at the negative instead of the positive. We always tend to look at the negative. You know, it could have been so much worse. I could have been paralyzed the rest of my life. That guy could have been paralyzed the rest of his life. I'm going to be doing a triathlon in 2 days. That would not be happening if I was paralyzed the rest of my life. It's like, you know, I'll lose a car, I'll lose my house, I'll lose all my money, I'll lose anything. I don't want to be paralyzed. That's the last thing I want to happen to me. Be sitting in a wheelchair the rest of my life, leaving my wife, beautiful wife Sarah, behind. That's not something I want to happen. So I guess if it's anything you can learn from this story is count your blessings. Bad things happen in life. Look at the positive. Look at the good. Yes, I lost a good $6,000-$7,000, which is a lot for us to buy a new car. And this car was supposed to last me a couple more years. But I could have been dead. I could be paralyzed. Count your blessings, guys. If that's anything I can mention, count your blessings. It was a scary experience. When I got out of the car, my heart was beating so fast. I was all shooken up. It was hard. It was a little bit hard to walk, to be honest. But I was able to jump right out of the car. I mean, I was fine. I didn't get an ounce hurt. I know. I've had rougher landings on a roller coaster ride. That's for sure. Than this car accident. I've had rougher landings, just falling down the stairs or tripping. So yeah, I was fine. I was okay. It was a scary experience. Luckily, I had ninja right leg reflexes and darted out of the way. Must be all the dodging skills from video games. Count your blessings, guys. It's so easy to focus on the negative, but truthfully, when it all comes down to it at the end of the day, there's probably really not a whole lot we truly have to be ungrateful for. Do you have somebody that loves you? At the end of the day, You know, do you love people? Do people love you? Do you have good health? You know, you can probably find something to be grateful for. I guess if that's anything that I guess I've learned or want to teach people through my story that happened of, you know, losing a bunch of money, having to go through all the paperwork. Losing money was the biggest thing. It's materialism doesn't last forever. Materialism is only a temporary thing. Whatever we have here in this life, we can't take it with us. So be grateful for what you have. Money isn't everything. Wealth isn't everything. Count your blessings. Look at the positive. Be happy. Be grateful. And that's what I want to teach today. Tomorrow's video is going to be on deleting goals. Now, we are doing the triathlon Sunday. Yes, we are doing that. But there's some other goals here we're going to be deleting for now. Sometimes in life you just have to delete goals. We're going to talk about that in tomorrow's video, deleting goals when necessary. So that'll be tomorrow. Thank you for watching this video. And that race is going to be in 2 days. That'll either be uploaded Sunday or Monday, I'm not sure. My family is coming in from Chicago. Her family's coming to watch the end of the race. They may all want to do something afterwards. Her parents and my parents are like this. They're tight. So they may want to hang out with us and do something. It might just be a quick video. So stay tuned for that triathlon video. Our 2 previous videos are right here. Remember to stay hydrated, stay healthy.